President Trump announced the 30% tariff on Mexico and the EU, but who really pays the price? Well, I'm Joshua Moten, your St. Martin Parish reporter, checking in with the local metal manufacturer who's watching the potential impacts closely. Now, here's what it could mean for jobs, supply chains, and your wallet.
We found ourselves in a position where, as prices were increasing from our current vendors, that we had to start looking at new vendors.
When I first visited St. Martin Metal in February, supply chains were already feeling the strain. Now, with the proposed 30% tariff on imports from Mexico and the EU, I went back to see how they're adapting.
So we've moved into products that are solely made in the USA, and aligned ourselves with some other vendors that actually have some very good pricing.
Raising the rate from 25 to 30%. It's expected to take effect August 1st, but no legal documentation has been released yet. St. Martin Metal used to source raw steel through a Texas supplier that relied on materials from Mexico, but Ian says costs are still climbing.
If you're not willing to adapt and change, then you're going to get left behind.
I met with UL political science professor David Hughes, who says the effect of the tariffs could be felt far beyond the steel industry.
A 30% tariff, even where it was at 25, it has huge implications for the costs of the goods that are being imported into the United States.
He says when international supply gets squeezed, domestic prices follow, driven by scarcity.
When there's less supply of something, then scarcity becomes an issue and prices go up. So it's still inflationary.
And he adds that tariffs and inflation often go hand in hand. For Ian, that means constantly rethinking strategy based on customer demand.
Once you start slapping taxes on goods or services, they become more expensive.
While the tariff is still just a proposal, Ian tells me the goal is making moves now to stay ahead of the changing landscape.
David says that the real impact could unfold in the months ahead for consumers and manufacturers. Reporting for St. Martin Parish, I'm Joshua Moten, your St. Martin Parish reporter with KATC TV3.